Hello, welcome to my channel, Soul Horizons Tarot. I'm going to be doing a love reading for the sign of Scorpio. This is a collective reading, so if it does not sound familiar, if it does not fit your situation, then it is not your story. This is a love reading regarding who's most on your mind at this time. So that could be someone that you're currently with, someone that you are curious or interested in, or someone that you are separated from and are looking for more insight and clarity into them or their situation or what's going on. So, please feel free to like, share, comment, or subscribe. If this does resonate with you, share your story in the comments. Otherwise, and I've already done a pre-shuffle, so I'm just going to do a cut and we'll start. I just find it's a lot quicker to do it that way. My readings are quite long, so. Alright, overall. Alright, your energy situation. Theirs. I guess I can't do that. Your energy towards them. Very Scorpio, their energy towards you, very Cancer. Your biggest challenges, obstacles, theirs. Okay. The energy situation between the two of you, your advice, and the probable outcome. Do the same thing on the clarifying cards. Okay. Looks like you're going through an ending, they're going through a beginning. Okay, well, let me make sure this is all in, oops, wrong way. Sorry for the Blair Witch Project camera. Just trying to get it nice and even. Alright, so we're going to start off with your current energy situation. Alright, so we have the Six of Wands and the Ten of Swords. We're going to clarify more. You're going through some kind of ending. Tell me one more with the Six of Wands and the Ten of Swords, please, for Scorpio's current energy situation. What's going on for Scorpio at this time? Okay, that was fast. Eight of Swords. Going through some kind of ending that you feel trapped by. Maybe it could be like a release from something. An end to feeling trapped, feeling stuck. Let's see, what's that Ten of Swords about? What's the Ten of Swords about? Please clarify. Oh, okay. Alright, no, so the end to a situation where there was something unhealthy attached, maybe the end of an unhealthy attachment. That's Capricorn energy. Signs and or gender of the card may not apply. Just pay more attention to the energy of the card. You could be going through the process of ending a situation that was toxic, unhealthy. Maybe it was a pattern that has led to some kind of ending for you. A loss, a defeat, possibly even a betrayal. For some of you, you may have reached a situation where you realize that you are not in control. Because with the Six of Wands here, that would suggest that you won a victory here. So maybe some of you, recently kicked a habit. Now that habit could be anything. It could be a vice, an addiction, or a toxic connection maybe for some of you. However, you're not quite free of it yet because you're still in the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is still surrounding you unless it clarifies otherwise. You feel trapped by some kind of contract, possibly. You feel like something's going to be the death of you, not literally, but tell me what the Six of Wands is about. Clarify the Six of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent for Scorpio's current energy situation? This could be pride. Pride came before a fall. I don't know if it was your own or someone else's. Tell me about that Six of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent, please, for Scorpio's current energy situation? Okay. Alright, some of you may have freed yourself so that you can focus on yourself. But there could have been a situation where you released yourself from a toxic or karmic thing because it was prohibiting your growth, your ability to provide for yourself. Maybe it was hurting your confidence, hurting your ability to be abundant, or possibly even hurting your health, especially physically or mentally. This could have been some kind of attachment, though, to pride or ego. Maybe some of you were brought kind of face to face. You were forced to face that your pride and ego, or someone's pride and ego, was too great a burden to bear, so you ended it, or the situation ended because of it. Tell me about that Eight of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? I'm seeing a lot of red. Red, 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 red. Red throughout here a little bit. Passion. Anger. Tell me about that Eight of Swords. Why is it here? What does it represent, please, for Scorpio's current energy situation? Alright, 3 shuffles. This is 1. 2. And 3. 2 of Cups. Okay, so this is definitely a connection. It doesn't have to be a romantic one, and it might not be attached to this person, but it's a situation that you don't know what to do. You feel trapped in a love situation, or in a connection rather, whether that's romantic, family, friend, somebody very close to you, though, with the 2 of Cups. There was love here at one point, or at least strong emotion, a strong emotional bond. With the Devil here, there could have been some power, control, manipulation, fear involved, or something that was toxic. When I say vices and addictions or habits, it could be anything. It could be drugs, alcohol, sex, eating too much, spending too much, anything that you can become obsessed with, or a power dynamic that was unfair. I want to see if I can get anything else from that Ten of Swords and the Devil. Oh. Yeah, 2 come out, but I'm not taking them. You did have the wheel. Oh no, that's the. Tell me about the Ten of Swords and the Devil. Ten of Swords and the Devil here for Scorpio. 1, 2, 3. Some of you you may feel trapped. King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm kind of getting this energy of somebody that was obsessed with money, obsessed with work, obsessed with materialistic pursuit. They were being materialistic. Possibly it could be being a workaholic. Maybe it was a manipulation through resources or assets, like somebody's controlling someone else through their own power, their own position, abusing their power. But I kind of get the sense that somebody here, you or someone else, it could be you got to be honest with yourself, I'm not trying to point anyone out. Somebody could have been too invested in, you know, monetary, lifestyle, luxury things. Had too strong of an attachment or compulsion towards things. Or maybe status or power. Because of this, a connection has suffered, maybe even ending, or you can feel it ending, but you don't know what to do to solve it, to resolve it, to work towards fixing it. There is pride and ego involved, and there's a little bit of selfishness, I feel. Somebody's selfish. Somebody's being selfish. Somebody was being selfish. They weren't taking everyone or everything into consideration. But regardless, there's some kind of ending that's either happened or it's happening. There could be repetitive behaviors here, and we're not sure how to address it. We get too caught up in our head analysis, being paralyzed by overthinking, overcomplicating, possibly even a refusal to accept or acknowledge something here. I think the devil is the thing we're not trying to look at. Somebody was addicted to the idea of power, status, or lifestyle. I say that. We've got a couple cards there. Pride and ego up there. That's a Leo energy with the Six of Wands. But it is, I believe, negatively impacting a connection. Whether that's, like I said, it could be connections. It could be all of your connections could be suffering because someone is willfully ignoring, remaining blind. I'm gonna be honest, I think it might be you. I'm not sure, Scorpio. This could be somebody that you're dealing with, though. Alright? Alright, so let's look at theirs. They have, while you're going through your endings, okay, something at least feels like it's ending, or you feel defeated. This person is going through some kind of new beginning. We have 2 aces here. Okay, tell me one more. With the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords for this person's current energy situation. Scorpio's person's current energy situation. One more with the Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords. One more, please, with the Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords. We did have one come out. Make that 2. Okay, so, oh no, whoa, that's 3 here. That's way more than what oh, I'm not doing it. That would have been 5 altogether. That's the one that came out. I'm going to see if I can get one more. One with the Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands. 1. Okay, that's 2. Damn, talkative. 3. Death on the bottom, that's one of the ones that came out. That's very much Scorpio energy. 9 of Pentacles on their end with the 3 of Cups. And the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands came out first. Okay. Bizarre. Let's see what the third pull was, the King of Cups. That's Scorpio energy. This has something to do with your energy, or you're dealing... Maybe not, I shouldn't say that. A very strong Scorpio, because we had the Death card come out, and now the King, which can be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but strong Scorpio, because Kings are fixed signs, or represent them. So, wow, tell me about that Ace of Swords. Tell me about that Ace of Swords. I feel like... Tell me about that Ace of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent for Scorpio's person's current energy situation? What is that Ace of Swords about? One, 2, and 3. Strength. Leo energy. This is almost like a strength to confirm a truth, or to face a truth, acknowledge a truth. It's almost like this person has decided to walk away, or to move away from a situation, and it's a hard decision to walk away. There is sadness with that Six of Swords, like disappointment. But it's almost like once they get over the hump of the process of leaving, the world opens up to them. And it came after a realization that took some mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual strength to acknowledge some kind of truth here. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. Tell me about that Ace of Wands, please. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's current energy situation? Okay. So the first one that came out was the 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the King of Wands. So we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. Good Leo, strong Leo here. We also have Scorpio, or a water sign. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the Queen of Wands. This feels like a family situation. We may have several individuals involved here. Could be a home or family situation. Could be work. Got a new job, got like a new home, a new beginning for a family. It could involve moving. but they're having to make some hard choices, or they've allowed themselves to have a hard, like a difficult realization. But it's almost like it's a necessary thing, like it's a necessity to leave it, or to walk away, or to detach from whatever they're detaching from. With the Two of Wands, and then the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. And then we had the Queen, the Three of Cups, we had the Queen, the King, and the Queen of Wands. Or the Queen of Swords, the King, and Queen of Wands. I'll be honest, all these clarifiers are throwing me off. But I do see over here, like, a path is opened up. There is a new beginning for this person. It's not an easy one. They've had to make some hard choices, or some hard, they had to take a hard look at the truth, cold hard facts. And based on that realization, based on that truth, based on that information, they have decided to let something go. With that King of Cups pouring his water out. It's like this, whatever they're walking from, they're emotionally detaching or distancing themselves from. Some of them could be literally traveling or moving. We do have like a pathway being opened up here, and it leads to more success, possibly even dating. It frees them to be single. I don't know why that's so... Yeah, I'll say it. Free and ready to mingle. Single and ready to mingle with. This sounds gross. I don't know why. I hate the word, or I hate the phrase. Single and ready to mingle. Anything else on this Ace of Swords? Maybe they had to talk themselves up, like with this facing this, they had to get the courage to do this. There was a new beginning or situation that called on an action, and it was about a family, or possibly a business, or a home. Family, business, or home. They had to get the courage up in order to separate so that they could pursue whatever this new beginning was with the Ace of Wands. But it's not easy. If they've already done it, it wasn't easy. Anyway, I've spent way too much time on this one. They've chosen to emotionally detach, distance from whatever that was that they realized. Literally, a truth has set them free, but also a potential new start, new beginning, new offer is on the table. Alright, moving on. Your energy towards this person. I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit. Scorpio energy there. Tell me more about the Five of Cups and Judgment for Scorpio's energy towards this person. One more with the Five of Cups and Judgment, please. For Scorpio's energy towards, okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, strong Taurus. Yeah, you can see that's what was up here with the Devil. Tell me about Judgment. Oh, damn. Scorpio, I'm going to be honest. I think you might have been a little one-sided on your end. Now, if this doesn't resonate for you and it's the other person, so be it. Fair play. But we had the Ten of Pentacles, which they had on their side. Okay, so it looks to me like this person wanted a beginning with a family. You, on the other hand, were all about self. You had the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles with the Devil. So there was an obsession about money, lifestyle, fame, not so much fame, but status, being seen a certain way, elevating your position so that others admire you, respect you. They, on the other hand, had the Ten of Pentacles. But at the end of it, they also had the Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like they're moving towards what you want, what you focused on, because they wanted a family. However, you were more about self. Now they're moving into focusing on themselves because they didn't get what they wanted from you. It wasn't an option. At least that may be their perspective of it. But now your energy towards them is a major decision about a family. Wanting security, wanting something solid, something heritage, lineage, legacy. Alright. Possibly like wanting a second chance. Tell me about that Five of Cups. I get this energy of like there's no way back. Or you don't know what to do to resolve this situation that was a family or could have been a family. Tell me about that Five of Cups. Why is it here? There's disappointment here. There's sadness. Reflecting on something that was lost. Pain, remorse, guilt, shame. Tell me about the Five of Cups. Why is it here? What does it represent for Scorpio's energy towards this person? One. Two. And three. Death. That's your energy. Yeah, it's like you feel like there's no way to fix it. You feel kind of helpless. While you want what they want, I think there's also some kind of trigger. So what family means to you may be different from what it means to this person. Or when you think of family, it triggers memories. I don't see the card of self-sabotage here yet. But I wonder if you prioritizing your King of Pentacles was a part that played into self-sabotage. This is kind of self-sabotage here. Refusal to look at something. Or overcomplicating something. So let's see what else comes out here. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Why is it here? It does look like you want something solid with this person, or you see them as a husband or a wife or a provider or a protector, or you want to be that for this person. But part of you thinks it's too late, maybe. Because you're grieving what was lost with this person. There's something that you're disappointed and you're looking back on. Tell me about that King of Pentacles. Why is that here? I said Ten of Pentacles, didn't I? Ten of Pentacles came out. Yeah, there's that self-sabotage. Good grief. Five of Swords, Five of Wands. Arguments. Too many arguments. Too many fights. Too much conflict. That's getting in the way of the Ten of Pentacles. Either you were overly focused on your own success, or this person was, but honestly, because they showed, I don't know, I'm getting this energy of somebody that wanted a family, but you were so focused on yourself. Now that you've had time to reflect, you're thinking that you want a second chance, but there's too much conflict, disruption, arguments, It could even be too much is at play, too much is in between. It's like all the bullshit that you have to go through. I don't know, that's weird. You do want something solid with this person. Or you want a second chance at it. But there's also a lot of interference and a lot of static noise and literally like too many fights, too many disagreements. Their energy towards you. Nine of Cups. I feel like this is at one point they knew what they wanted with you. You were their wish fulfillment, but now it's confused with the moon. Or maybe they're realizing that it was never real. Tell me about the Nine of Cups and the moon for this person's energy towards Scorpio. One more with the Nine of Cups and the moon. The moon is Cancer, Pisces, but mainly Cancer. One more. I'll do 3 shuffles after this. Okay, there it is. 1, 2, 3. Alright, first one to fall was the Magician. 2 of Pentacles in the Tower. This feels like whatever action they make, whatever plans they make, it always seems to fail. It's like no matter what I do, nothing works out in my favor when it comes to you. No matter how hard I try, no matter how I try to finagle things, how I try to work something, it always leads to complete destruction. And this is why it's so confusing. The third pull was the Lovers. Yeah, they see a very strong connection with you as well. But they don't see it being rebuilt. Like if they make some ground, they start to build back that foundation with you, then it doesn't last. It's like they're trying to build a sandcastle, or a home, rather, a house on sand. Maybe that's what that hard truth was. This is Gemini energy, this is Scorpio Aries, this is more Gemini energy. Alright, tell me about the moon. The moon, why is it here? What does it represent? Why is the moon here? What does it represent for this person's energy towards Scorpio? Please clarify the moon. 1, 2, 3. So the one that came out was the 5 of Wands. Yeah, they're completely conflicted internally, emotionally. Everything's in turmoil. And I think it's because what they want, what they desired with you, it's not being reflected that it's a workable thing. Like, every time they look at it, or every time they, like I said, every time they try, no matter what they try, it always seems to fail. Despite the strong connection here with the Lovers. It's like they can't manifest something solid with you. The other one that I pulled was the Emperor, so Aries energy here. kind of see it the same way you do, like there's too much conflict. But at the same time with the Emperor, it's like they refuse to relent. They refuse to back down. The Emperor is pretty headstrong, pretty demanding. Let me look at that Nine of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent? Why is it here? What does it represent for this person's energy towards Scorpio, please? Okay. King of Swords. Yeah, they're met with... They feel like they're met with resistance from you. Like they see you as cold, detached, unbothered, unyielding. Or they've turned themselves that way towards you. I think you're both kind of stubborn in your own ways, but this person's stubbornness was in trying to prove something to themselves, to you. But no matter what they did, it always failed. That very well will be why they're choosing to finally detach and make themselves the priority. Because you made yourself priority. Now that you want something with them, they're kind of... They're not seeing a way forward with you. Because it always, like I said, it always ends in disaster. Maybe they're trying a different approach by reflecting what they think your energy is back at you. That's not going to do any good. They do have strong feelings for you though. At one point you were their wish fulfillment. They did want to create something with you, but now it's all confused and they're conflicted. Their emotional turmoil, or their emotions are in an uproar. They're a little bit confused and yeah. Alright, moving on. Your biggest challenges, obstacles. No. We got Lovers here, Gemini energy. They had the Lovers towards you, but it's blocked by the Tower. Lovers and the Four of Pentacles, please, for the Scorpio's biggest challenge or obstacle. Lovers and the Four of Pentacles, please, for Scorpio's biggest... Okay. Your stubbornness. You're unwilling to come out of your shell is your biggest challenge or obstacle. And that's attached to your ego. You want to win without letting anything go. You're wanting to win, receive attention, recognition, admiration, but you don't want to move from your position. You want to be noticed without having to do anything for it. And in this case, it's regarding this connection here. And I don't think it's just in this particular connection. I think it's in connections in general. You want to receive all the benefits and have to do... Hold on. And not have to do any of the work. Now, I'm not... Did I press start on that? I know I turned it off, but I turned... Okay, yeah. I want to touch back on what I said earlier, where family, the idea of families trigger you in some way. It could be that this is a defense mechanism that you've put in place based on past experiences. And because you've taken this position where you withdraw, you withhold, you refuse to let go, you refuse to receive. You make it all about victory and winning. I'm not trying to pick on Scorpio. I don't have an axe to grind. I have Scorpio in my chart, moon. So, but I'm, and this doesn't happen very often. Most of the time I'm siding with the person I'm reading for. In this case, Scorpio, and again, if it doesn't apply and this is who you're dealing with, then that's fine. But I'm looking at a Scorpio that has refused to be vulnerable, to allow themselves to open up. At the same time, they expect victory without having had to come up off this throne. It's not really a throne, it's more like a box, a pedestal. Alright, let me clarify. Tell me about that. Four of Pentacles. Why is it here? What does it represent for Scorpio's biggest challenge or obstacle? I think part of it is the fear of losing is more than the fear of not winning. So if I don't move, I can't lose. I'll always win if I don't ever compete. That's your stance in this relationship and probably in others. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. Tell me about that Four of Pentacles, please. Yep. You're afraid of losing so much that you'll let things pass you by. There's a very, very stubborn and prideful Scorpio that I'm speaking to that would rather, okay, I'll pick up a lisp, I guess, or a speech impediment. You refuse to ask for help. You refuse to acknowledge your weakness. You would rather someone reject you, neglect you, abandon you based on you not doing anything than you do something and they choose to do the same. So it's fear. It's fear that's holding you back of being vulnerable, because that's exactly what the Lovers requires. It's spiritual, emotional, mental, physical connection. You can't pick and choose which one. It's all of them. And this person experienced that with you, but they didn't experience it from you. This person experienced a Scorpio that made money, power, status, respect more important. And it's not to say that that's a bad thing. I mean, if you're incapable of giving that to another person, and you were honest with them and they still want it, that's kind of on them. But I think that's not true, because you want something solid with this person. But I see not very many cups on your side other than the fear of loss, like disappointment in a loss. I don't know if it's more so attached to this idea of winning is very strong with you. Tell me, honestly, I think I'm talking to a Scorpio that needs to realign their priorities here. And maybe this person wasn't right for you, and that's fine, but understand that if you don't curb this now, you're going to continue this in your relationships. This is supposed to be an eye-opener here. Tell me about the Lovers. Why is it here? What does it represent? For the Lovers to be in your challenge position, that's significant. That says something. You're not allowing yourself to be mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically open with another person. Let's see what came out. Page of Wands. Yeah. I don't know why a cry for attention and a cry for help at the same time. A cry for attention and a cry for help. I think you're well aware that this is a weakness of yours, and you're waiting for the person that's going to see this in you and still applaud you at the same time. Tell me one more. With the Lovers is the biggest. You're not taking any action though. You keep it small. You keep your efforts small. Seven of Wands, because you're guarded, you're defensive. Maybe it's a fear of rejection, abandonment, really. But in staying like this, you are guaranteed to get the exact same thing that you fear the most. Because you keep your efforts very small out of fear of rejection, you actually manifest it. You actually create it for yourself. The thing you fear most, you create. Tell me about the Six of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent for Scorpio's biggest challenge or obstacle? Tell me one more. You want someone to recognize your greatness. But you really won't show anyone how great you are because you're afraid that you're going to lose them. Two came out. Ace of Cups and the Hermit. God bless. It's because you're waiting for that one person that's going to see greatness in you and pull you out enough that you see it yourself. But that's never going to happen. Nobody's going to be your lighthouse for you. You have to be your own biggest support system. You can't sit still and have that kind of expectation on another person. But you're waiting regardless. You're waiting of a love that's going to pull you out of that dark place. But you're comfy here. And I feel like it's been a long time since you've moved from this position. You have, but only to the bare minimum extent with that Page of Wands. You've never fully gone all in, at least in this situation, because this is what's challenging you now. With this person, and maybe you guys have never been in a connection, but this is what would challenge you here, is because you're still in connections. You shut down, you close down out of fear, but you still expect appreciation, but you're also waiting for someone to prove themselves worthy, but also prove to you that you're worthy at the same time, while you sit here and do nothing. And I'm not trying to, like, that sounds harsh and judgmental. I don't sugarcoat my readings. And this is probably the first time in a long time that I've seen this on the person's side that I'm reading for. I didn't save it for you. It's just coming out that way. I think that it's coming from a place like you've probably been hurt before. But you're going to continue to get hurt. by your own actions or inactions if you're taking this position. Alright, this person's biggest challenges are obstacles. Alright, let's look at that. A Nine of Wands and a Seven of Swords. What is Scorpio's person's biggest challenges or obstacles at this time? With the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords. Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords, please. Nine of Wands, Seven of Swords. This person's biggest challenges or obstacles towards, or just biggest challenges or obstacles in general. Three shuffles. This is one. That's two. And three. Alright, first one to come out was, ooh, the Hierophant. Their faith betrayed them. They were betrayed by promises. And that's Taurus energy. This is Libra energy with Justice. They may be coming from a marriage in which lies, or it doesn't have to be marriage, it could have been a long-term contract or long-term commitment. Yep, it definitely was. It was a marriage or it was a long-term commitment. Now, if you two were together, or are together, there's been some lies and deception in the past, and they are guarded because of it. Or they feel betrayed by someone very close to them. I'm going to clarify that to make sure, but this is the Wounded Warrior card. This is keeping walls, boundaries, barriers, protecting yourself. Tell me about that Seven of Swords. Yeah. They also feel trapped by a situation. It's interesting because it's like somebody made a promise they didn't keep and they feel cheated. I say that because, let me see if I can get into, without overshining it, hopefully you can see that. He's stepping into a little trap here. And then here, he's held up by this rope. So it's like one of those traps where you step in and it pulls you up into the tree. I don't know what you call that. Maybe they even feel betrayed by their faith in that system. Like in the system of, not a system, what do you call that? By marriage. They feel like marriage is a lie now. It's not a system of marriage. What is that word? Oh my gosh. Hopefully it'll come to me. Statutes. No, that's not right either. Nine of Wands, why is it here? What does it represent? Tell me about that Nine of Wands. Why is it here? What does it represent for this person's biggest challenge or obstacle? Three shuffles. One. Two. Alright, first one to come out was the Star, Aquarius, and then the Ace of Swords, which was the same up here, and then the King of Cups in the reverse, which they also had up here. Somebody sold them a dream that wasn't true. Somebody lied, or at least they felt that they were lied to. The concept, and it's not this, but the concept of marriage they feel is a lie because of this betrayal. Somebody lied, cheated, in a marriage or in a connection, whether it was you did this to them or somebody before you, and now they remain guarded. The thing they do here is protect themselves so they never get tricked or trapped again. They don't even believe in their own wishes, and what they wish for is marriage. But at the same time, they don't believe in it. Because of a betrayal, because of lies, because of deception, because they were caught in some kind of trap. This King of Cups over here in the reverse is either the person they dealt with, who was emotionally manipulative, very untrustworthy, or it's on their part, it's a lack of faith, a complete lack of faith in the system of marriage, in the whatever of marriage. I can't think of the word. The premise of marriage is not it either, but it's close. So they're either, they did this because you did this to them, or maybe previously somebody else before you did this to them, and this is like they're very guarded. But I got the sense that they did try with you, and they tried really hard. But they felt like no matter what they tried, it always led to failure. So maybe you didn't outright lie or cheat or anything, but from their perspective, there was some kind of deception here. Like you sold them a dream. And if you haven't yet, and you guys have never been together, then they don't want to fall into a trap like they have previously. They see marriage as a trap now. Okay, so we're going to move on. Let's get these over. This could be a situation where you both come from past painful relationships or experiences, and you both deal with it kind of in similar ways, but I think you're more closed off than they are. And you see some self-sabotage on their end, but it's because of trust issues. Issues with being able to trust people. It's like you're not supposed to hold somebody else responsible. You're not supposed to hold someone responsible because of what somebody else did. But it kind of feels like that's what the two of you are doing or would do. Just for both of you not to end up hurt. Alright. The mutual energy situation between the two of you. It's kind of confusing. Maybe it makes sense in a second. Alright, Four of Wands and a star. That's Aquarius energy. One more with the Four of Wands and the star. Four of Wands and the star for the mutual energy situation between Scorpio and this person that's most on their mind. Okay, Hangman, Pisces, Aquarius. So a dream has been put on hold. A dream about a stable, secure, or safe relationship. Maybe a dream about a wedding. A sense of stability within a connection. A home, possibly. A dream home. Maybe living together has been put on hold. Tell me about the star. Why is that here? What does it represent, please, for the current energy situation? Things have been put on hold. We've hit a lull. We've reached a place where there's no more progress. Tell me about the star, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? Three shuffles. 2, 3. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. Oh man. Oh. You two are watering very different things. Different things for different reasons. There could have been such a healthy mixture, such a healthy balance if handled correctly. You were feeding into what you felt was important, they were feeding into you. And they were neglecting other things for themselves, I think, because they were putting a lot into making it work with you while you were feeding the things that you felt were important. I think you did give to them, but not to the extent that they were giving. It was very imbalanced. It created this lack of fairness. A Chariot. If you had or if you could get to a sense of balance things out and get on a more, even scale, like 50-50, 60-40 some days, 30-70 some days, 80-20, back to 40-60, then 50-50. Like if we could find a happy median here, but you aren't, which is why we've hit this standstill, this stagnation, this stasis, this lack of movement. It took something that could have been really beautiful, and we've hit a pause here, or a blockade. Well, what could have been just a bump in the road became a rift. Tell me about that Four of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent? I'm not taking both of those. Tell me about that Four of Wands. Why is it here? What does it represent for the current energy situation between Scorpio and this person? That's Cancer energy, by the way. So we have Cancer, Pisces, and Aquarius. Alright, 3 shuffles for the Four of Wands. Oh no. That's 1, 2, 3. 3 of Cups in the reverse. Ace of Wands. And then 8 of Wands. I think there was outside interference. It could have been a third-party situation. Somebody that was brought, or something that was brought into the mix of this connection. Where there was 4 of Pentacles, it became the 5 of Pentacles once we added this extra. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person, it could be something else that came between this connection. And it created this imbalance. Could have created a situation where someone felt like a fifth wheel, or like an unnecessary extra elbow in a body. But I more so get the sense that somebody or something was, I mean, I could read this a couple different ways. This could have been a third-party situation. Things moved really quickly. It could have been work. Somebody prioritized work, and that's not necessarily a bad thing unless you completely neglect something else. Tell me about that Hangman. Why is it here? What does it represent? You guys might have started things off too quickly. You became friends, and that very quickly led to a connection. And then you started to notice that things were unequal. Tell me about the Hangman. Or the reality of the situation set in once you got past the honeymoon phase. Tell me about that Hangman. Why is it here? What does it represent? 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. One that came out, 9 of Cups. Yeah, somebody's reconsidering or taking another look at what they want, what would make them feel pleasure, what would make them feel happy, what would bring them emotional contentment. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Somebody's starting to imagine or desire or possibly even lust after something else, because what they were getting here wasn't, there was no equality here. There was no equal give and take. Possibly could have been breadcrumbing. And either there was a third party, or there was something that came between the two of you, but you did rush into this, or you rushed into this connection. You went from friends or acquaintances to lovers very quickly, and then when the reality set in, we started to notice the discrepancies or the realities. And now we're forced to take a look at something that we have to consider. What would make me happy? I don't mean lust after like someone else. I mean really desire this kind of happiness. Because this is the wish fulfillment. This is the minor arcana to the major arcana of a wish fulfillment. The wish here wasn't granted, so they're starting to look at, somebody's starting to look at other things that would fulfill this in a smaller capacity, in a more like short term. This is like short term contentment versus long term. Because this was put on hold, somebody's starting to look elsewhere for happiness. Maybe you, maybe them, maybe you both. This is mutual energy. So you're both starting to seek happiness outside of what is not working here. Because it was not equal. There was no, it wasn't ever 50-50. I don't think it was ever 50-50. Or if it was so rare or so inconsistent that now somebody or you both are starting to dream about or wish for other things. You've forgotten it's almost like this response system. Well, if I'm not getting it here, what is something that could supplement that? Like almost out of sight, out of mind. Like the thing about the star is sometimes it can be perceived as impossible. It's like a wish, a dream, a hope, a strong desire that isn't always, you know, attached to reality. or others might perceive it as unrealistic. But you could have had it, or you could have it, if you could just iron out the inconsistency, the lack of fairness. Alright, moving on. Your advice, Scorpio. What are your messages of truth, clarity, wisdom, guidance, and advice regarding this situation, this person, that would serve towards your best interest, greatest good, highest potential? One more with the Four of Swords and Temperance. One more with the Four of Swords and Temperance. Alright. One. It's two. And three. Alright, so first one to come out was the Ten of Cups. The World, Justice, and the Lovers. Sagittarius, all the fixed signs, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, but also Capricorn, Gemini, and Libra. Let me look at Temperance. I think what you're being asked here to do is to step away from the situation, give it some time, maybe revisit it later, or you may be given another opportunity. Third time the Lovers has come out. This could lead to a situation where you are given another opportunity, either with this person, because sometimes this can be reconciliation, it can be healing. But I think in order for that to happen, you have to step away and you have to give things time to heal. And you also have to do a lot of internal work. Like, sometimes Temperance can be seen as passive healing. But with the Four of Swords, this is really a time of reflection, rest, recuperation. And tell me about Temperance. Why is that here? What does it represent for Scorpio's advice? What is it? What do you want them? What's the Temperance about for their advice? To moderate, to equalize. This is like fixing the imbalance that was here. That's what Temperance is. It's a card of managing, moderating, figuring out a good flow, the proper ingredients, kind of the alchemy card. And also it's a card of timing. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, there's some things that you need to look into. Yeah, you need to take a deeper look at. You need to really look at things from a different perspective. You're not meant to just take time and not think about it. This is the time that you take away from this situation, that you kind of remove yourself. You're really supposed to be asking questions and looking at things from all angles. With Temperance here. And for the first time we have the Queen of Pentacles come out instead of the King. And that is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I see that as Capricorn, does not have to be, but then there's the Hangman, which is Pisces. So the King of Pentacles is the provider, protector kind of archetype. The Queen of Pentacles can be the same, but in the feminine role it's more nurturing, it's more giving, it's the mother, the wife. These are the qualities within yourself that you need to look for, actively seek out, could even be the type of person you value as wife or partner material, or mother to your children material. It doesn't have to be a woman, but take another look at what it is that you value apart from just money and status and power. Tell me about that four. No. Tell me about that Four of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? You're being asked to take a second look during this period of introspection. Both at yourself, but also what you value from a partner. I saw a meme the other day, and one of the parts was a person can only give from their ability. I don't remember how it went. It's like my memory's terrible. If you have very little confidence, very little self-worth, you usually aren't capable of giving as much as you could if you valued yourself. Okay, so tell me about that Four of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? 3 shuffles after this one. Yeah, there's time to reflect, I feel. 1. That's too many. 2. 3. Empress. So, similar energy. If you are a male, this is saying get in touch more with your more feminine energy. We all have masculine energy. It doesn't matter about our sex or our gender. Okay, so this is Taurus, Libra. And you've been in the King of Pentacles. So that's why I say somebody is coming off more dominant, more assertive on this side. Whether you're male or female, you need to be more receptive, more submissive, more allowing. And, you know, it's not about, like, giving up your power. It's just allowing someone else to share that space with you. Not having full control over the other person. That's not what it's about. It's the ability to let go and allow, instead of, you know, hyperfixate or hyperfocus on self. I mean, the Empress does focus on herself. She doesn't beg. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't take anything less than what she deserves. But she also, she wants to share. But she won't share below her status. Like, not in that way. It's not a gold digger type thing. It's like, I know my worth, I know my value, and I want a partner that can equal that, be supportive of that, and I will share, you know, with them. I will be supportive as well. It's very different than this energy here, where it's, I'm not budging, but show me that you love me. It's like, the Empress will match your energy. Whatever you put out, the Empress matches. But she doesn't stick around where she's not wanted or she's not appreciated. But first you have to allow. Alright, so last one. Well, not quite last one, but one more with this part. Tell me one more with the moon and the world come out. I'm going to put it back. One more with the moon and the 8 of Wands for the probable outcome between the two of you. What's the probable outcome between the Scorpio and this person that's most on their mind? What's the probable outcome here, please? The moon and the 8 of Wands. Okay, here we go. Wheel of Fortune. What did I say came out? Was it the world? Okay. was the world? Did I say it was the world? I don't remember. Alright, we're going to clarify this Eight of Wands. It does look like we have some movement here. I say probable outcome because tarot is not definitive. It can't be. You have free will. Those around you have free will. And this is a collective reading. So no matter how many people watch this, it's not going to apply for every single person. Alright, so Eight of Wands. Why is that here? What does it represent for the probable outcome? I do see movement. I think it's dependent on this Wheel of Fortune, though. Tell me about that Wheel of Fortune. Or excuse me, I think it kind of depends on this Four of Swords here. Being very mindful of how you communicate. Not just communicating reactively. Giving yourself time to formulate a reply before you just hit send. I think that's going to dictate how this plays out. If you continue to communicate without thinking, impulsively, hastily, recklessly, or just acting without thinking and giving it time, you're going to continue a cycle here. If you're coming from the moon, when you communicate or act in regards to this person and possibly them towards you, a cycle is going to play out the same way it has over and over and over again. But if you take the time to think before you act or react or reply, you might be able to change this. The Moon's a powerful card. It's like blockage, it's fear, it's hidden emotions, subconscious, things not being as they really appear. I think that's why you need to be, like, pull back a little bit. Really consider things, because sometimes the Moon and the Eight of Wands is like somebody just saying something because they want to fix it fast without actually addressing the real issue. Just saying something just to blanket the noise or blanket the issue. Alright, tell me about the Moon. Why is it here? What does it represent? There's not enough time or space given before we just react. Tell me about the Moon. Tell me about the Moon for the probable outcome here. I didn't say that's Cancer energy. We have all the fixed signs again, but this is also Sagittarius. Tell me about the Moon, please. Why is that here? What does it represent? 3 shuffles after this one. 1, 2, and 3. First one to come out was the Lovers and the Worlds. Yeah, I think there's a strong danger of things being repetitive or repeating, cycles repeating, because we're not addressing the Moon. We're just saying things to fix it for the moment, momentarily, quick fix, but we're not addressing the real issue of the Moon, whatever that is. I mean, it's all over the place. I think that's why your advice is to, you know, withdraw from this and give yourself time, give them time, give the situation time. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Why is this here? What does it represent? Why is it here? What does it represent for the probable outcome? 3 shuffles. 1, 2, and 3. Page of Wands, yeah. Small gestures. Not taking things seriously enough. just kind of like word vomit, reactive, taking actions that are just half-baked. There could be a new beginning or a lucky new start elsewhere as well, but I kind of see this as a repetitive thing. We keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Let me look at one more. Maybe in starting small. Starting small would be better. One more with Wheel of Fortune. 1, 2. That's Aries, Leo, Sag. 3. Magician. Yeah. I don't know. Gemini energy there. Yeah, it's definitely the motives and intentions, the motivations and intentions have to be right, or we're going to create the same scenario, recreate the same outcome. If we just hastily try to fix the issue by saying or doing in order to just cover up the moon, which is the things we don't want to address, the hidden stuff, the uncomfortable stuff, then we're going to create, and it doesn't even mean with this person, it's every relationship afterwards. We have to address the moon if we want things to change. If we want change, we have to start with the moon. Clarify what that problem is. Alright, overall energy and theme, and overall theme, energy, or takeaway of this spread, of this reading, of this connection. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. One more with the Knight of... Okay, thank you. One more. I'm going to do 3 shuffles. 1. 2. And 3. Alright, first one to come out was the 3 of Cups. Of course, the Chariot in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. So backtracking only to, again, encounter the same issues. Short-lived celebration, and I think it has something to do with both of your approaches to each other, to situations, are very different. One is slow and contemplative, evaluates, and the other one is swift, impulsive, very, like, reaction. Tell me about that Knight of Swords. Why is that here? What does it represent? Like backwards, going backwards, and not in a good way. I think somebody keeps going back to possibly a third party. You know, we keep encountering the same issues over and over again because our approach is the same. It doesn't change. It's consistent, but it's wrong. It's consistently wrong. It's consistently all wrong. Tell me about that Knight. Okay, I didn't mean to even use that deck, but yeah, 2 of Swords. Acting without a plan. Letting indecision slow this. Confusion. Not wanting to address something, not wanting to acknowledge something, not wanting to make a choice. Someone standing on the fence regarding a family situation, possibly money as well. Yeah. It's continuing to encounter the same issues, and it, again, not necessarily with this person, with relationships in general. You're going to continue to encounter, no matter what, who, where, when, why you go, if you don't address your approach from the moment you even begin the approach, if you don't know the why of your approach, you're going to mess it up for yourself over and over again. This is somebody coming off half-cocked. They don't know the reason why they do it or why they say it. But regardless, over here we have cycle. It's a repetitive, regurgitated cycle because we are all the way back here. We make our way forward and we hit the same wall back, and we never know why because we're not actively participating in the figuring out stage. Alright, Scorpio, that is your reading. Let me know how it resonates for you. Sorry if I came off like I was pointing it all at you. But again, I don't sugarcoat, and that's what it felt. I'm not saying none of it's their fault, it's all on you, because it's a two-way street. Relationship takes two to make it work or to break it. But in this case, I think that you were heavier on the guardedness or withdrawal, withholding than this other person. Not that they didn't. But anyway, let me know in the comments how this resonated. Please like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed this and want to see future content. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next time.